The 409 was introduced at the end of 1961, with a bore of 4.3125 inches and a stroke of 3.5 inches. It had a solid lifter cam, a single garter AFB, and was rated at 360 horsepower. Due to the late introduction, there were just 142 Impala SS 409 cars produced, making them very rare. Welcome boys and girls to the Midwest Car Life Shorts channel. Thank you for watching. Towards the end of this video, there is a bonus clip from one of my other videos you're definitely not going to want to miss. Now, let's get back at it. In 1962, the base version of the 409 produced 360 horsepower with a single garter AFB. It was later increased to 380 horses, still with a single 4-barrel. With the introduction of twin AFBs, better heads, and a more aggressive cam, the 409 grew to 409 horsepower. By 1963 there were 3 versions of the 409, the 340 horse with a single 4-barrel and a hydraulic cam, the 400 horse with a single carb and a solid lifter cam, and the 425 horsepower with 11.25:1 compression, solid lifters, and 2 4-barrels. The 409 available for 1964 remained the same as the previous year. However, the 425 horse version would be discontinued at the end of the production run. From 1965 only, the 340 and the 400 horse 409 were available, and by mid-year the engine had been replaced with the 396. A total of over 15,000 Chevrolet 409 V8 engines were produced during its 5-year production run, which spanned 1961 to 1965. Of these, around 9,000 went into production Chevrolets, while the remaining 6,000 or so were sold as crate engines through Chevrolet's parts departments. Chevys were not the only ones to get the 409. There were Canadian Pontiacs that were built with Chevrolet chassis and engines. The model names were different too, like Strato Chief, Laurentian, Parisienne, and Grand Parisienne for much of the 1960s. Yes, it was possible to order an Astro Flame 348 or Super Flame 409. In stock trim, with stock tires, the 409 were capable of very low 14s and high 13 seconds in the quarter. With just a little work, like some stickier tires and open headers, high 12-second runs were possible, and the cars could be driven to and from the strip. Chevy drag racers were having a field day in 1962. That same year, Don Nicholson won the stock eliminator event at the NHRA Winter Nationals in Pomona. A special version of the 409 engine was available from Chevrolet as part of regular production option Z11, a factory creation for drag racers. It included an aluminum 427 cubic inch engine based on the W design with a longer stroke, high-rise 2-piece aluminum intake manifold, and dual garter AFB carbs, with a 13.5:1 compression ratio, and a wild solid lifter cam. The engine had a ridiculously low rating of 430 horsepower. Despite its short life, the W engine isn't a dead end today. Buildable core engines, particularly 409, are more expensive than Chevrolet small blocks or big blocks, but the 3 engines share a surprising number of parts. So once you own a W engine, the price of rebuilding it isn't outlandish. New high-performance aluminum cylinder heads, water pumps and intake manifolds are being manufactured for the W engine, and a number of vendors sell stroker kits to increase displacement. So if you're set on reliving the engine's glory days at the drag strip, you can do it without breaking the bank. Yes, I realize this is probably a 348, but it's just so beautiful. I mentioned earlier that there was some bonus footage towards the end of this video. Here's a clip from the 426 Hemi video. If you'd like to watch the whole video, click on the thumbnail at the end or go directly to my channel. Thanks for watching. In 1964, the world of mopar and motorsports changed forever. 1964 marked the introduction of the 426 Hemi engine, a powerhouse that set a new standard then, and continues to be a highly relevant tool to creating horsepower to this very day. The Hemi engine was a mechanical marvel that was so successful, it was banned from NASCAR after its first year. Today, it continues to be the basis of the engine that is used by all teams in the NHRA Nitro Top Fuel and Funny Car classes. The story of the Hemi engine starts with the introduction of the Hemi spherical-shaped combustion chambers in 1955.